I called the QAnon stream to ask him about Jizz Lane. Oh, brother, here we go.
Paul S., you were on the air.
How are y'all doing tonight?
Good, Paul. How are you?
Doing real good. First thing I wanted to say is it's my buddy Hank's birthday. I wanted to wish him a happy birthday. I know he's watching. It's his 39th birthday. So if y'all could say happy birthday to him, I know that would mean the world to him. I know he's probably lurking in the chat somewhere.
Happy 39th birthday to good old Hank. A good old American name.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the best. I know you guys got banned on Twitter this week. I know we've got people using Parler now, but you know, I feel like Parler is not as fun because there's no libtards to trigger on there. You know.
Yeah, I totally get Paul where you're coming from, but you know what? If it's just a matter of time, and I don't know if you're in that boat or not, but if it's just a matter of time for some people that are going to say the wrong thing or.
Anyways, Patriots, my neighbor Hasan is having an affair with my wife and spreading his communist ideas to her and my kids. The P53.
Or maybe send out the wrong letter, if you catch my drift, then you know what, look into Parler. I can tell you Indie News is on Parler. I enjoy it. I think it's very, very easy to navigate, but then also, don't forget too, there's Gab out there as well. I know TN Homesteader, he's on Gab. So there are a couple alternatives. But
does anyone know how I can stop Hasan from getting away with this? The P53. He's fucking my wife and spreading his communist agenda. I love that even misspelling communist in that situation actually works. You know what I mean? Like, it just works so well.
But I do understand where you're coming from, rather, that there's not as many liberal maniacs out there on Parler and Gab because they know how quickly their narrative would be shot down.
Yeah, that's half the fun of Twitter to me, at least.
It is, and maybe what you could do, and you could use Twitter as a backup. You could just make a parody account there on Twitter or something that has nothing to do with using that specific letter that Twitter doesn't like, and you can just keep up that way. But your main social media outlet or platform could be Parler or Gab.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that Mark Zuckerberg hasn't taken y'all off Facebook yet.
Yeah, it's again. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to give a false impression saying I do know, but yeah, that's something I do think.
How do I stop my wife from having affairs with my communist neighbor? He's relentless.
About too is if
these Muslims will do anything to corrupt P53. Make sure this Hasan isn't welcome in your neighborhood.
If Jack has taken the Patriots soapbox down off of Twitter, is it just a matter of time before Zuckerberg decides to take Patriots soapbox off Facebook? So
Zuckerberg.
And I think there was on Aaron's show, there was a comment from maybe Roxy or Aaron. I don't want to quote them. I thought I heard something about too, don't spar with the blue check marks. Just, because the blue check marks are like in a different category. And if you kind of stay away from sparring with them, that might help you stay on Twitter too. You can do what you want, though.
I get into a lot of trouble with the lib blue check marks,
I don't have a problem with it. Nobody responds to my tweets. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Trust me, Paul. You're not the only one that spars with the blue check brigade. I have a few that are in the White House press pool. One mainly that writes for the Huffington Post that I just can't stand. And I sprawl with him.
I hate him.
Unfortunately, he'll.
I bet he knows who you are, brother. I mean, no one responds to my tweets, but that's only because they're afraid of engaging me in the marketplace of ideas, of course.
Only sprawl back from time to time, but yeah, we're in the same boat there.
So the other thing I wanted to ask you guys about, I've been a little confused. I've been thinking about it all week, but at one of these press conferences, Mr. Trump said that he wishes Ghislaine Maxwell well, and I've just been beside myself with that. I'm not sure how to feel. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
Yes.
I'd love to hear you guys' opinion.
Well, if you look at it from a legal point of view, it's a ongoing case. What else can he say at this point? He can't interject anything because then that could lean the case one way or the other. And was there any communication like the media was pointing to? I highly doubt it. But what can he say? It's an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've seen these libs try and trot out these pictures of Trump trying to infiltrate them as saying that he was with them. And that pisses me off to no end.
Always appreciate your content, bro. Thanks
I
for
think,
keeping me educated
Paul,
and
that
entertained during this never-ending quarantine.
Let me ask you these questions. How did Trump?
I always look at these guys in their houses, and I'm always shocked at how nice their fucking houses are. Like, a person who has these sorts of beliefs, I oftentimes assume, is not going to be financially successful enough because, like, their beliefs are going to get in the way. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers are like, they're just caked up. And no, you can't say they're grifting because, like, their grift doesn't pay.
You don't love approach his relationship with Putin. Father, the devil. How did Trump approach his relationship with what's that guy's name in Xi Jinping? No, that's not him. What the guy in China? I can't think of his name. Go on,
Kim Jong-un.
No, that's Korea. That's North Korea.
Wait, are these people fucking for real, dude? I mean, they're just memeing, right? Like, this is actually... You guys are going to finally reveal to me that this is high-level memetics and that you guys have created a fake Patriot show in the chat because you get bored when I'm not streaming. And then Paul calls into the fake show and it's all set up. There's just no way that this guy is this stupid. Like, actual human beings are not this stupid. You got me. Come on, just admit it. You got me. It's just, fun's over now. There's no way this guy is this dumb, right?
The Chinese leader, but also how did he?
You're right. You're right the first time then.
Was I? Okay.
Yeah.
So all these world leaders that he's had issues with, and we've had issues with as a country. How's he approached it? Has he approached?
I mean, from my perspective, he's doing the good Christian thing and killing them with kindness.
Yes, and you can also say, and I agree with you, but
is he making an argument that you should do the same to pedophiles? Like, what? I mean, ironically, it is the Catholic thing to, treat pedophiles with kindness. So that is one thing to say. You can
also say he's using a business tactic that he wrote about. Okay. So it would do him no good. It would do us no good. It would do, relations and policy stuff no good for him to go out and say nasty things all the time about another leader or another person. Okay. So I think he's taking the same approach as well as what Indy said. It's an ongoing legal case, but also he doesn't need to get everybody riled up by saying something really nasty or pointing out the truth, as often triggers our liberal friends. But it's that approach. He's going to start off nice and soft, and he's going to do the Christian thing, and he's going to follow the rules with the legal thing, and then later on he'll have something harsher to say, I'm sure.
Oh, it's coming.
Well, I'm waiting for that day.
We all are.
I did see on Twitter. Now, this
he'll
is
be
just
mean.
a little
He'll
bit
be
of a
mean
different
soon,
perspective.
brother.
I thought I saw on Twitter something about, and maybe it'll jog your memories. Mine's not that great. But when President Trump, he'll do this. He'll say, what was the phrase that he used? I wish her well. Remember when he did that, like with RBG and these other different people? And I think the people were like going,
you don't love the spirit of justice.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg
the devil.
is the same as someone who's been credibly accused of being a pedophile, international sex trafficker. So that's why this makes sense. To say, like, you wish well a Supreme Court justice who is, battling cancer for like the 11th time as a 700-year-old is the same as like a person who sex trafficked and international, sex trafficked across international borders. Same kind of person. So that's why they're saying that's, yeah.
Is that like some kind of phrase that, you know, I wish them well? Is it some kind of a code, or I don't know. I had read something about that being tossed around. Does that?
I do remember him, like I said, saying that.
Does Paul know about Sodom Hasan? Okay, dude.
To Maxwell, I don't recall right off the top of my head if he said that to Ruth Bader Ginsburg or not. So that doesn't say he didn't. It doesn't say he did.
Sure, right.
But it's
wow,
just,
this guy is like a reasonable voice in the darkness here. I love that. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that we I'm gonna engage in a little bit of pushback here for you.
Yeah, he's being cordial. I mean, and
right.
This really shows how the left and the media, not only are they so far out of
the
touch
clown. There's no
reality,
emperor of China. There's the
point,
king of Sharia.
Everything that they have tried has failed and blown up in their face. So now they are just grasping straws. Are you telling me that you think and 63 million people at least are going to believe the media when they say, oh, President Trump was saying, wishing well to Ghislaine Maxwell, so she hides his secrets? Give me a break. You are just grasping straws, the left and the media, like I said, because you have absolutely nothing that you can throw at this guy, because everything you have tried, every tactic you have tried has backfired and blown up in your face, and you've turned to look like the clowns that all of you are.
Wait, I don't understand. Originally, these guys are skeptics about this whole like deep state operation. That's why they are QAnon guys, right? So where's that skepticism when like the president literally says, I wish her well to one of the major pedophile sex traffickers? Like, they just lost all skepticism in that circumstance. They're still skeptical, but this time, again, for Trump, like they're skeptical of the media's narrative, I guess.
Doing a great job at exposing them.
Moanon is saying Q decoded a Comey tweet where he equated saying we wish him well with 187. I'll find the post, but that was Comey. I wonder if it's just a phrase he uses. He does use some phrase over and again.
Like a dog. He died like a dog.
Part of his nature to be that way, like Indy said, to be oh goodness, I can't think of the word now. Cordial.
I will never stop fucking the P-53's wife.
Dealings. Now, when he has to slap back, he will slap back harder than ever. But he's cordial to start with. This is from.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Andy. This is from Age of Accountability. Put this together, being that he is a Marine. They got Chesty Puller up there in the upper left. Quote, they are in front of us, behind us, and we are flanked on both sides by an enemy that outnumbers us 29-1.
What?
They can't get away from us now. And Trump, can you hear the great Marine Chesty Puller? Deep state? No? Anons can.
Very nice.
I just don't know what the fuck they're saying anymore. I lost the plot completely.
It's funny. If the media and anybody in the left would ever read The Art of the Deal, which they won't, because it's...
If they ever read The Art of the Deal, no, he's not going to say that The Art of the Deal is a good book to read. Oh, God. Fauci fascist. Coincidence? I think not.
It's a book about Orange Man Bad. They would realize the same business tactics he was using that he talked about in that book, he is using now. And it's probably, I just probably let the secret out of the bag. But hey, media and the left, you could probably understand him a whole lot more.
All right.
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to thank Paul for
a book that he did not write, by the way, that like has a ghostwriter, right? Isn't The Art of the Deal literally like not even written by him?
calling in, and we appreciate you calling in, and we hope you call in every Saturday and talk to us on Your Voice, Your Call. I'm sure Chris would really appreciate that as well when he gets back.
Absolutely. I got y'all on my schedule every week.
All righty then.
What I simply
Paul.
do not
Thank you for
understand is
calling in.
why they don't recognize that Paul is suspiciously the only person who calls in. It makes no sense. If no one calls in, and only one person calls in, and there's suspicious chatter activity that increases while that person calls in, how the fuck have they not figured out that you're an op?
And thank you for being a loyal listener. And just looking at chat there, Rhonda Chastelm, I believe that's how you pronounce that. Great point.
Okay, one of you guys needs to talk about how I fucked your wife next time. If you can get them to respond, to me cucking you, that's it. That's like peak content. And oh my god, bonus points if one of them says, "Oh, I had a similar problem like this." I can't do it. It'll blow my cover. No, not Paul. Paul is like already the inside guy, but
it's like a Southern woman saying, "Well, bless her heart." He's just being, again, he's being cordial. And again, I just highly recommend, if you have not done it already, go out and pick up The Art of the Deal, and you will understand. President Trump.
The Art of the Deal, actually, chapter 5, I read it, explains why Donald Trump said, "I wish her well," to a known pedophile international sex trafficker, despite the fact that our political opinion is that Trump is fighting international pedophile sex traffickers in the deep state. But what you must recognize is that only Democrats and people who are against Donald Trump openly are international pedophile sex traffickers. Maybe Ghislaine is actually innocent.
1,000 times better after reading that, because you will realize the same business tactics he talks about in that book are being used today.
Paul, did you have anything else you'd like to say?
No, that was it. I just, God bless you guys. You're doing the Lord's work here, and keep it up.
God bless you too. Thank you so much, Paul.
Oh, that's awesome. It's so funny that they're cucked to like a billionaire born with a silver spoon, hoity-toity, nouveau riche New York guy too. Like, they should hate Donald Trump, but they love him.